Good evening and welcome to Central News for Tuesday the 5th of June. I'm Katrina McKinley. In today's news, the value of New Zealand exports dropped almost $800 million in April to $3.9 billion, making it 17% down compared with April 2011. And both exports and imports were weaker than expected according to Statistics New Zealand figures. The majority of export commodities fell in April, with milk, powder, butter and cheese recording the largest decrease. Other notable decreases came from exports of meat and edible offal, crude oil and logs, wood and wood articles. Industry and Labour Statistics Manager Neil Kelly says most commodities for exports fell this month, with primary products driving the decrease, although it should be noted that April 2011 had the highest exports value for any month on record so far. Macular degeneration is said to be the leading cause of blindness for elderly Kiwis, and it is expected that by 2050, 500,000 people over the age of 80, of which 125,000 will have macular degeneration, according to Statistics New Zealand. Macular Degeneration New Zealand trustee Viv Jones says the majority of Kiwis do not know what macular degeneration is.
1 in 7 New Zealanders over the age of 50 have macular degeneration, 1 in 4 over the age of 80. And Statistics New Zealand are saying that in 2050 there will be 500,000 in the over 80 age bracket, of whom 125,000 will have macular degeneration. And 4 years ago, knowing this, we started a trust, Macular Degeneration New Zealand, and we are supported by excellent ambassadors.
Well, with the statistics quite high for people over 50 and then over 80,
yes,
are people able to do things now before they get to those ages in terms of macular degeneration?
Yes. The most important message to get across is for people to actually go and see their optometrist. That is the most important issue. And if they are diagnosed with macular degeneration, then it is important that they have a very good lifestyle, they eat the correct foods, and this just all helps to slow down the progression of macular degeneration.
A National Cycle Centre is a step closer to reality following the Waikato Regional Council's receipt of independent confirmation that funding conditions enabling a $6 million council contribution to build the centre have been met. The conditions related to project governance, probity and funding, and are designed to protect the ratepayer contribution to the project. In his report presented during the Waikato Regional Council's long-term plan deliberations, Mark Renner of law firm Tompkins Wake says the Council can reasonably conclude that the funding conditions have been or will be met. Sport New Zealand has confirmed its $7 million funding contribution to the $28.5 million facility, while Waipa District Council has confirmed its $1 million contribution. Waikato Regional Council has updated its planning for a major oil spill exercise due to be held on the Coromandel this month, taking into account lessons learned during the Rena disaster. Regional On-Scene Commander Adam Munro says the task, involving up to 30 staff, will simulate a situation where oil is threatening multiple locations over an extended period, a scenario similar to that which affected the Bay of Plenty after the Rena grounding. The two-day exercise is due to start at Whangamata Harbour on the 12th of June, and the Council has confirmed it will not be using sawdust to simulate oil floating on top of the sea. Time to check out the region's weather. The rain set in across the regions today, with Tauranga quite warm on 18. It is much the same for your Wednesday. Hamilton, you are heading for a high of 17 from an overnight low of 8, and Tauranga you get possible heavy falls with 18 and 9. Coming up after the break, we hear how the fair trade is influencing a fairer world. Tauranga Community Patrol is deployed in Bethlehem, and Detective Sergeant Pete Blackwell tells us how the police are getting ready to give back to the community with their annual charity auction. Join me after the break.